area is called that, Bulenga. So this is where we are today. We're just going to be casually walking through this area. In fact, not walking through. Yes, we shall be walking through, but then walking along the Mityana road. That's what you should expect in this video. Rained heavily and floods were reported, so that's how the water is. You may think this is a river, but it is not a river, it's just a swamp. All the water is being drained to this other side. The more an arrow root sheds off leaves, the more stem it grows. So that is the stem that is cut, and then what is cut is put back inside the water or inside the waterlogged area, waterlogged soil, to continue growing. See the fruits around here. The road that other side takes you to Masaka and the other parts of southwestern Uganda, Mbarara. That is the road they take. These ones, some of them are coming from Mityana Road, heading towards town via Chibuye or Natete. And here, we shall be taking on down. Of course, that's where also the road to Kampala, the expressway, starts from, because that other side can take you to Kampala through other different intersections, and that's where also we have the genesis of the Kampala expressway from the Kampala Northern Bypass. So around here, this is where we used to have the market, which was the Busega market, and right now we are in Busega. We are facing the sun. That other side, that's where we have Mandela Millers, the makers of Supreme Wheat, who happen to be part of the owners of CJ's Cafe Javas. So the target today is we are heading to Bulenga, and Bulenga is on Mityana Road. So we shall be taking on the road that cuts through, and that's where we shall be going. Hopefully you like the video, subscribe to the channel and enable the bell button. We are getting through Busega town and the new Busega market, because the market was here, they shifted them. The market is this other side. The new market is this other side. So today happens to be a Saturday and the traffic jam is just tense. I don't really know why. That's the market over there, the other side. And all this is the new taxi park that they built around there. Wow. And they're still building more things or more structures in the taxi park. It didn't have a toilet, and I guess this is one of them that they're building here. And the taxi park is just over right here. And while some of these cars are the cars coming from town, it is very slow. That's you need to know. That's what you need to know. I think I'll be cutting through here, then cross from the other side as well. Expect a border guy anytime as you cross. So this is it. This used to be a sunken piece of land, like it was like a wetland, but they filled it with soil and then it's now working as a taxi park. Also part of the park of the market. Also, this is where the fish market is, that other side. So half is this other side and the other side it is a fish market. That's why you see those refrigerators, the cars that have refrigerators right there. So these cars are coming from town using the northern bypass. Some are heading to Mityana Road, which goes down. Others are going to Masaka Road. That is the market over there. So we shall be taking on Mityana Road, which goes down, and our target is Bulenga. expressway around here. So where it lands down the other side, that's where the northern bypass starts from, going in the sides of Chireka or Ginger Road. And this comes from the airport. And this road, if you take this road, it takes you back towards the southern parts of Kampala. So we shall be taking on this other road. So if you've been keen enough, from the time I started, I've so far pointed at 3 roundabouts. This is the 3rd roundabout, and it is the final one. So we shall be taking on to the other side. Faster, faster. I see there is a way through here, but I'm not going to walk through it because I do believe it's not even right to pass through the grasses. These are buses heading towards the western parts of Uganda. The sides of Fort Portal, in fact not western but mid-western. Masaka Road, the road that we started with, that's the road that will take you there very well. Also this would take you very well, but the distances are longer. And that is part of the northern bypass of the expressway. Beautiful, expensive road over there. So this is one of the swamps or the waterlogged areas that are left to hold water here in Kampala. As you can clearly see, there is some water that is visible right now, and I think this is called Lubiji, if I'm not mistaken. Like, this is where most of the water is held, the water from Kampala. Whenever it rains, this is where it is held. That's how it looks like. It's a beautiful evening. It's almost 4 p.m. Let's keep moving. We are going to be heading towards excuse me. An insect entered into the mouth, and as I was still speaking, it choked me. Very sad about that. So guys, I also wanted to tell you that today it rained up to 11 a.m. It started from around midnight and it rained up to 11 a.m. That was crazy. And now it is shining as if there is nothing that happened today. Uganda and its weather, that's how they are. Anyway, we can keep moving. That is jackfruit. Like, you can clearly see there is a lot of water stagnant right there, but it is not just stagnant, it is crossing through. There is a huge water channel that is driving it downwards, and it should be recalled that the water is supposed to be flowing towards Lake Victoria, which is in the southern parts of Kampala, and you can see right here the water that is coming out. Oh, this was today's rain, and in some places like Wakiso is somewhere there, it has rained heavily and floods were reported. So that's how the water is. You may think this is a river, but it is not a river, it's just a swamp. All the water is being drained to this other side. That is it. So let's continue. We are going to be moving along this road, and what I love about it is that the sun is in a better direction. I thought the sun would be right here, but the sun is here. So let's move. Like, I've talked about water, you can see the water is the other side. It's a lot of water. Like, the volumes were a lot in the morning. That's around 10 a.m. and more water is still here. So that's how important swamps are. The areas I've talked of, Wakiso is not like, it's a swamp, but most people settled right there. Well, right here you can clearly see they're saying have a safe journey. Like, we are exiting Kampala from right here and we are entering into Wakiso. Most major roads that take you from Kampala pass through Wakiso. So it's not a major road if it doesn't take you through Wakiso. But of course, there is no road that doesn't take you through Wakiso. So Kampala is just inside of Wakiso, which is a huge district. You can clearly say right now we are out of Kampala and we are in Wakiso district. That's how tricky it is. Like every other part you're getting out of Kampala, you have to go through Wakiso to wherever you're going. It could be in the eastern, it could be in the southern, it could be in the northern. You're going through Kampala. That's what is happening right now. This is called Mityana Road, and Mityana Road will take you to Mityana. It's a district. It would also take you to Fort Portal. It would also take you to the far eastern DRC. That is the Democratic Republic of Congo. Those are poles. That is a eucalyptus. And someone down there is making papyrus mats from papyrus. They get papyrus from the river and from the swamp and then use it here. Anyway, let's keep moving along here. Hopefully you like the video. These are arrowroot seedlings. That's what they get and that's what they plant. Even during harvest, it just grows going downwards. The more it sheds off leaves, the more an arrowroot sheds off leaves, the more stem it grows. So that is the stem that is cut, and then what is cut is put back inside the water or inside the waterlogged area, waterlogged soil to continue growing. See the fruits around here. Hopefully you're seeing them. Passion fruits. So passion fruits are some of the most sold fruits around here. And people like them no matter what. And now that we have been in the dry season, people have been looking for them. These are melons. All locally grown here. Area is called that Bulenga. So this is where we are today. We are just going to be casually walking through this area. In fact, not walking through. Yes, we shall be walking through, but then walking along the Mityana Road. That's what you should expect in this video. So most of the cars that are loading from around here, of course they are doing it illegally, but they are heading towards the areas of Mubende, Fort Portal and others. This is where we are. Recently, this is KFC. KFC has recently opened up a lot of branches in Kampala, and this, the Bulenga branch, is also one of those branches, and many more others are being constructed along Gayaza Road. One was done recently in Seguku, sorry, Zana, not Seguku. So more branches, I think they are targeting more sales. So this is an exit of the drive-through. I casually just wanted to take you through this area. Like I usually say, for the people that have memories with this area, drop them in the comment section, and also any other person that is learning something can as well drop it in the comment section, and then we learn from each other. Or any other question, tag exactly where it is. I'll be giving you the information that you need. So we are walking along. This one is the Maasai. They like selling shoes, and he also has a jerrycan. What is in that jerrycan? They always say it is medicine for manpower, like manpower, and also infections, sexually transmitted infections. This one is selling bags and is here trying to load them before he starts, so before he heads wherever he wants to head. Anyway, so now things are becoming tricky and trickier because we are now facing the sun directly. The other time we were walking like this, it was on the sides, and now we are facing the sun directly. So most of these roads around here are still the roads that used to have this kind of drainage, the open one, not the covered one. But I think they're going to be constructing this road, if I'm not mistaken, and if it's done, I think they'll be covering it. So this is a wholesale shop. They sell refrigerators, and then this one sell bags, anything to do in the kitchen, and then buckets as well. So that is it. Let's keep moving. I once passed here and people were complaining. This building has a huge like parking. A whole parking is a space that can accommodate a building. You never know, maybe that's how the owner is making the land busy, and maybe after some other time they'll come and construct up something and then they can do underground parking. Just saying. All these are carrying goods exiting the city. Some people use ropes, like the plastic ropes. Others use those rubber ropes that I've talked about. This one is getting into the road. He put an indicator showing that it's going this way, and it was very comfortable. At the last minute, he had to change it. That's a brand new truck. This is called the bread house. Baked today, sold today. They are there. I've heard people talk about their bread. Everyone praises their bread. Maybe you should also come and try it out if you're around here. The bread house. They have different branches around the city. You need to check them out. I also tried their bread. They have bread for everyone. Look at this chapati. Like they have bread for literally everyone, even the people that are diabetic and they are not supposed to consume things to do with sugar or too much salt. They even have bread made with salt. Instead of sugar. Others, they mix both the salt and the sugar. continuing, but we still have some, I think about 7 kilometers, if not 10 kilometers roughly to the city from this area. It has a busy road. I rise, I grind, I win. I am streetwise. So that is one of the packs KFC is offering. So they have the Streetwise 2, the Streetwise 3, and also the Streetwise. So they reduced the prices, targeting people that are hustling, the hustlers. That's why they say it is the Streetwise. So since they opened up a branch around here, they had to do mass advertisement and put up different billboards. Then there is another one called the Bread Point. Then some local foods. All of them are root tubers. Yo, the area is not that clean. My remarks, the area is not that clean. The open drainage channel, and it's busy. So you need to be extra careful while here. Like it's almost 2 minutes to 5, and then people are also gearing up to set things. And it is shining like it never rained in the morning. You can clearly see the soil around here is all wet. And by the way, all this is silt. It is carried by water, and you can clearly see all these are blocked. So water is always running on top of this. Then it carries debris and then puts them here. Some other water is usually coming up from up there and then joins here, because there is no proper drainage coming from up. So water just comes, floods here, and then it goes to do the drainage. Now that one is blocked. So all these cars are exiting the city at the moment. So water from this other side comes into the road and then brings all that soil here. That's why it's a bit dusty here. These are nice looking beds. They are very shiny. These ones, they're all made out of wood. Very shiny. Bulenga Furniture Workshop. So Ugandans are strategic. We have beds here, and then someone is selling mattresses around here. So you don't have to move longer distances. From the beds, you go to the mattresses, or from the mattresses to the beds. This one is impatient. The border guy almost took my hand.